I think this might be the worst movie of the year, and that's no joke. Welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I am here after seeing Venom Web, and I had some clever. I was going to say something about my mom wanted to see this, but she died researching spiders in the Amazon or something. But God, no, because I don't want to talk about this movie. Not really. And thank you, I guess, for sticking around or watching this because there's not really anything positive that I can say about this movie. It is fucking terrible. I don't know what reject freshman screenwriter was tasked to write this movie. I don't know if it was a chat GPT. I don't know what it was, but it was awful. So here, what is it, right? It's a Sony movie in the not Spider-Man universe, but Spider-Man universe because these are all Spider people. Now, to geek out a little bit, going into the comic books, Spider-Man is like a totem. He's an icon. In every universe, in every world, there's someone who has the Spider-Man powers. And in this, I guess it's kind of Madam Web, who's played by Dakota Johnson. Adam Scott is also in this movie, and a bunch of other fucking people who I hope to never see again because they're all terrible. Everyone in this movie is bad. Um, yeah, I don't know else how to say it. Adam Scott is plays Ben Parker, who obviously he becomes Uncle Ben, and then later on, I think there's a clone, Ben Riley. I don't know. We'll never get there. We will never get there because this movie will never freaking get a sequel if there is anything holy and just. Man, this is a terrible movie. So basically, what happens is Dakota Johnson it plays Cassie Webb, Cassandra Webb, and her mother is in Peru and researching spiders because there's a spider that has these healing properties, and there's this tribe called Los Araños who are mythical and they don't know exist except that she's got all these notes on them, and then her partner, who is Ezekiel, is her bodyguard, but then he kills her to steal the spider because then the spider is going to, I don't know, make him rich. And apparently it does because we know it makes him rich because he attends the opera, right? Like that's the establishment of why this guy is rich. He attends the opera and he has a Corvette. And then he's also got like this woman in the chair. And somehow from the NSA he steals this technology that allows him to track anybody anywhere at any time. And he has these visions. I'm going all over the freaking place, but I'm sorry, I don't want to spend too much on. So he has these visions that these three girls are going to kill him, except that, spoiler, he dies in this movie. And we keep seeing the girls, the three girls who are, it's Spider Woman, Silk, and I don't know, Spider Girls, something. There's a name that I'm forgetting, but it doesn't matter. Their names are largely forgettable. They are going to get powers at some point, except they don't in this movie. And that's half of the problem with this movie is that most of what happens then becomes undone because Cassie Webb, Madam Webb, gets the power to see the future. But usually she sees a little bit in the future, and then sometimes she sees a little bit more, and sometimes you're not sure if she's seeing the future and then that's going to happen and other stuff. It's just a fucking mess because something cool might happen and then it gets totally undone because it was just her vision. And oh my God, it was terrible. So the whole thing kind of culminates with her having to try to rescue these three girls from Ezekiel, who is like Black Spider-Man, like the bad Spider-Man, and he has all these powers that was given him because I don't know, he's 30 years later still getting venom from the spider or something. It doesn't make any sense. He's cursed, but he's not really cursed because he's super powerful and he's rich and all that. So maybe he's gonna die from there's this mystical element to it because Cassie goes to Peru in the middle of all this and meets her spiritual advisor, who then reconnects her with her dead mother. And of course, because she's grown up as an orphan and doesn't like family, because that's what we do. It's basically the stupid, Aaron from The Office, really terrible storyline of people writing about foster care and adoption and growing up with trauma and not understanding any of it. God. So anyway, she comes back and then she kind of trains the girls. I don't know. There's this really weird, like, I feel gross saying it. There's this weird kind of sexual scene because the girls are all teenagers and Cassie knows that they're going to have to do CPR, so she teaches them CPR. But it really turns into like 2 or 3 minutes of just watching them bounce up and down on a pillow in a hotel room. Like, it's fucking weird. Uh, it doesn't look good. Like, there's nothing really good about this movie. It's shot cinematography is kind of like one of the cheap Netflix, like Danny Rand Iron Fist type. The CGI is absolutely terrible. Dakota Johnson, Cassie Webb, like drowns because whenever she touches water, she drowns. Um, and as she does that, she like gains her powers, but it's like this terrible, 1999 Resident Evil CGI. It's fucking bad. And then, on top of that, this movie starts in 1973 and then it's set actually in 2003 for no reason. There's nothing in this story that is important it being set in 2003. It's not like they're trying to avoid cell phones or anything like that. It just doesn't make any sense. So I guess I have to be honest here, and I feel like I probably have been about my feelings. But at the end of this movie, people are dancing. Like there was two women in the seats, kind of down from me that were like dancing and loving this movie. And I'm coming out and, me and my family are just like, wow, that was bad. And my kids were like, Dad, you're never picking a movie again. And some guy's walking with his, I don't know, his mom or whoever it was, and he turns out he's like, well, at least it was better than most of the Marvel movies. No, bullshit, it wasn't. This was not. This was like, I would rather watch Thor Love and Thunder. And I wanted somebody to kick me in the freaking teeth after watching that movie. Oh, so anyways, I don't think I need to say it, but I'm going to say it. See it, streamer, skip it, skip it. God, please let this end. I have a weird enjoyment of Morbius. I thought that there was elements to like. I couldn't get through Venom, either of the Venom movies. Um, I think that Craven looks it looks awful, but it could be fun. This movie is not. There's nothing enjoyable about this movie. So please skip it. Please let this universe die. I hope this bombs. I'm sorry for all the hardworking people involved, but you could have worked harder and made a goddamn better movie because this was a waste of time. Anyway, oh my God, I went 7 minutes on this garbage. Okay. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. The next movie better be good. I'm sorry. 3 bad movies in a row. So I do appreciate everyone for sticking around, and please leave comments. Let me know what you think below, and like, share, and subscribe, and all that stuff. All right. And it looks like mall security is pulling up on me again, so I gotta run because they don't like me. All right. Thank you. Bye.